Welcome back, mathematicians. In this video, we're going to view another example where we solve a quadratic equation by completing the squares. The first thing we're going to do is move the constant of -5 to the right side by adding 5 to both sides. So this gives us 2x squared minus 8x is equal to 5. And then what we'd like to do is divide by that leading coefficient of 2, since it's not equal to 1, since it's a non-1 value. So now we have x squared minus 4x is equal to 5 halves. So from here, what we want to do is add in a constant to both sides to convert the left side into a perfect square trinomial. So it's x squared minus 4x plus blank is equal to 5 halves plus blank. So now the value that goes in those blanks is going to be b divided by 2 quantity squared. In our situation, b is -4, so that's -4 divided by 2 quantity squared, and that's equal to +4. So we want to add 4 into both sides in those blanks, which successfully converts it over to a perfect square trinomial on the left. So now I factor that perfect square trinomial, and I get x minus 2 times x minus 2, and it's equal to, now we need to find the sum of 5 halves and 4, which is going to give us a sum of 13 halves. So we want to rewrite this as x minus 2 quantity squared is equal to 13 halves. So we've successfully completed the squares on the left side. What we now need to do is finish the process for solving. So the next step is actually to take the square root of both sides. So then what we have, and I'm going to have to continue this up here, what we have is x minus 2, because the square and the square root undo each other, equals, now don't forget the plus or minus. We always include plus or minus anytime we are square rooting as a process to solve an equation. We're going to have that on the right side in this case, and it's going to be the square root of 13 over 2. Okay, so let's take a quick time out from this, and what we need to do is rewrite this so that we do not have an irrational number in our denominator. So, well, what do I mean by that? Well, let's take this number up here. We've got the square root of 13 over the square root of 2. So I broke up the square root into the numerator and denominator separately. This square root of 2 is an irrational number, and I would like a rational number in that denominator. So what I'm going to do is multiply by the square root of 2 to both the numerator and denominator. Square root of 2 over square root of 2 is equal to 1, so I'm really just multiplying by 1. And square root of 13 times square root of 2 is square root of 26. And square root of 2 times square root of 2 is just equal to 2. So I've successfully rationalized that denominator. So let's rewrite this one more time. So it's x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus square root of 26 over 2. Now I'd like to add 2 to both sides. So this will be x is equal to positive 2 plus or minus the square root of 26 over 2. So that is a perfect exact answer, and that's what I want. Now you could, if you'd like to, rewrite this so it's all over 2. So it's you have this one fraction, so x is equal to 4 plus or minus square root of 26 all over 2. Both of these are correct solutions, and either one should be acceptable. All right, guys, good luck.